Hello YouTube, Alan back. We're going to do a complete, hopefully, maybe, playthrough of Streets Rage 1. 2-player this time. Tony's beside me, and we're not so sure this is going to be a complete playthrough.
We're going to do our best, put it that way.
Yes, it's a best effort. We'll probably get fairly far, but last year I did Streets Rage 2, and I could complete that any day of the week. Get to the end, no problem. So you see the story, ... Lots of ... dots in these stories. But I don't know, I find Streets Rage 1 much harder. So, we'll see how it goes. But we'll do our best. Anyway, it's a great game, so what's not to like? Not as good as the sequel though.
No, but then very few games are as good as Streets Rage 2.
And of course, music is still pretty much top. Hey, did you just start that?
Trying to.
Sega. They just want us to read the story. Normally I do read the story in a stupid voice. The city has once a happy, peaceful place. ... See what I mean? That's all about the ... dots. Until one day. That's enough of that. Let's get on with it. 2 players. Let me guess. Buxom lady for you?
Blaze is not buxom.
No, I guess she... And she's fairly dressed in this one. Sure. What?
I'm wondering, do I have control? I do have control. Oh, good. Let's go.
Oh, not a good way to start, getting punched in the face. I never like to start the day that way. Of course, this was Sega's answer to Final Fight.
It was a good answer.
It was a bloody good answer, especially given that it is 2-player. No, I mean Final Fight's a good game. No two ways about it. And the SNES port's not bad. I mean, I played it back in the day. I really enjoyed it. And there are certain things about the SNES version that are better than Streets Rage 1. But I mean, this has got bloody good music. It's really thumping music. And it is a good game. It's not as swish, it's not as slick as the sequel. But the sequel is one of the best in the genre. So, you know, what can you say about that? It's... Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Oh, look, we have a breakfast shop. So why don't we go in there instead of eating the apple that's on the ground? Oh, I had the apple that's on the ground.
That was nicely timed, actually.
It wasn't intentional. So we're probably going to do this one in parts as well. We'll see how long the levels kind of go for. But I imagine a full playthrough will take a bit of time. Because Street Rage 2, I think, took about an hour, so... What the hell are they? Oh, there we go. Go! You kind of don't think of it, but you are actually under time in this game. I've got to get me some pipe.
But have we ever actually run out of time? Usually we've been killed, or...
Yes, usually it's...
We go through.
Oh, you fucker. God damn it! Those guys keep knocking the pipe out of my hands. They keep knocking my pipe out of my hands.
And I'm trying to have a nice leisurely smoke.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to say, is that not a bat there?
I was wondering, could I throw my item away?
Yeah, you definitely... It's B and C throw. I don't know, can you do it in this version?
I tried it, but no.
No. Yeah, sorry.
Apparently I can get hit with a pipe.
By your so-called teammate. Yeah, I was talking about Final Fight earlier.
My bat!
And
That's it.
like missing 2-player in a kind of a scrolling beat 'em up. That's like I don't think you can underestimate how much that leaves out of the experience, or the potential experience at least.
Oh yeah.
Like these games are just superb in 2-player mode.
It's I mean, we occasionally play through Streets of Rage 1. Now, Streets of Rage 2 is more of our game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This and Golden Axe, we do play through on a regular basis. In fact, it's just become a Christmas thing where at Christmas we will play one of these games.
If not both.
If not both. And it's almost tradition at this point. You know, we know everything that's coming, there's no surprises, but we enjoy doing it anyway.
Well, I think there's multiple factors to it. One, the games themselves are actually still enjoyable.
Oh,
They're the graphics and sound are nice. The gameplay is compelling. But even for something like, say, Golden Axe, which you could say has diminished over time. Should I use my special?
I think I probably should as well.
Of course, what's different in this version is that you call the police for a special attack. You only get one per level.
I always love the fact that the police have a rocket launcher.
I forgot that well, that's true, yeah.
And a machine gun.
Firing a machine gun from there doesn't seem the most effective way of using one.
And yet, they don't hit either of us.
No.
I mean, that is tremendously
Look at me just
accurate.
taking a nap. Well, I'm back. Oh, one of them's down and that guy's dead too. Well done.
Thank you. I think it was the bazooka and the machine gun that did most of the work.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It had a factor. Let me see. So that's 6 minutes. So we'll go on a bit more. Just try to straighten the camera up a little. But yeah, I think there's also just a kind of... These are great games. They're good fun still.
Oh, and this music.
And the music's great, yeah. Anything by Yuzo Koshiro is good, pretty much. Like, he did the music to Sonic 1 and the Master System, and you can tell because it's freaking great. But of course, when you have, nostalgic memories and, built up around it too, it does lead to repeated plays.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's gaming to me, and we were talking about this off camera, it's more than just the game itself. There is a whole social aspect to it that people don't necessarily understand, be it through a modern medium like YouTube, or locally with friends, or just about the memories and whatnot that goes around the product. It's why having a physical game is much more important than having a digital download, because I can pick up the box, and the box itself, the artwork, everything, ties in. You get just more from it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's the entire reason a retro community exists. People, they enjoy looking back on these games. I mean, watching a playthrough, playing a game is great, but watching someone else play the game, if you don't have a connection to either that person or the game, it's not the same feel. I mean, if you can say, oh, I remember playing that and I remember that part being hard, or I wonder how Alan would play this game. I wonder how, if he's never played it before, would he react to it? Would he find it as enjoyable as I do?
What you might think of it, as a fresh perspective. So it's there's that whole aspect about gaming as well. It's different to say sitting alone and playing the game and enjoying it. Hey, I got a life. Oh, there's one for you too.
Hey, I get a life too.
If I'm not greedy and take it.
Hey,
which is a distinct possibility.
I have a life.
You have a life, says us talking to a camera playing a 20-year-old video game. Well, some people would question that.
Not the ones with sense.
No, they don't realise it's frickin' Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage. I think any time you have a problem with this game, it's only nitpicking.
Yeah. Like when I was saying that it's not as good as its sequel. Its sequel is one of the best in the genre. It's incredibly well polished. So to be kind of inferior to that is no shame at all.
And strangely enough, the only thing I dislike about the sequel is that it doesn't have the bottle from this game where you break it over someone's head.
Yeah, I know you like the bottle. So does one of our friends.
Yes, that's how he got his name.
Yeah. One thing I kind of find interesting as well was the bottomless pits. Now they can be a bane, as we well know. But it's an interesting dynamic being able to throw people basically off a cliff or down a hole or whatever. Oh, is he the boss?
No, he's just
Oh, mini boss.
a minion, if you will.
Oh, you fricker. I do wish, I miss things like, as you're saying, nitpicks. Enemies not having health bars or, things like that. Like, they're the little
That was a good addition.
Like, look at the poster there, it's blowing in the wind. That's nice. Even for this earlier title, there still is polish.
Oh, yeah. You can't say they didn't put the work in.
No. And this was effectively rushed out to meet Final Fight. Sega had to have a game. What's that say? Get Strong? Or Get Street? Or... I could do with some help, actually.
Knife? That do you? No.
That'll do
you.
And we must be... Damn that Garcia.
That guy's juggling axes, that's not a good thing.
And yeah, every time I punch him, he frickin'... Yeah, I keep getting hurt but just from punching him, which is very annoying. Oh, one thing that did change from this to the sequel was the big large guys that come later in the game. If you try and throw them, it hurts
you. Can't, yeah.
Yeah, and you can in the second game, but then you can't in the third game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe they went on a diet for the second game.
Yeah, maybe. Doom da doom 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 da doom 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 da doom. I mean, I prefer what they did later on with the special moves where you can use them during the levels because now it feels kind of like just wait till you get to the boss and use them. And that's no Freddy Krueger lookalike. Oh, yeah.
A bit of
Can't see on camera
dancing.
but yeah. Yeah, Tony was dancing away there.
Hey, you joined in.
I did, yeah. See, this is where we should have had face cam.
To capture the sexy moves?
To capture the sexy moves.
Oh. Apparently you can dodge. Who knew you could dodge?
Him? Oh, yeah, he can dodge him good. Oh shit, I died. 5 lives, well done. Who are they dead? So as I said, just as well we brought you along. You seem to be doing better.
Which is strange for Streets of Rage. Now, Alan says he can clear Streets of Rage 2 anytime he likes. I cannot. I can get to the...
Really?
Yeah, I cannot do it.
Huh.
To the last boss, and it's usually Shiva who takes me out.
Now, I'm going to pause here, by the way. Just this step. Hey, there's my... I went over... just under 100,000. Jeez, you're fine along.
Thank you.
So, we'll pause with us in the sky, because I'm going to end it here. But did you want to finish off your Shiva story? Or
He kills me, that's the problem. I can't get past him. Now, you can actually clear Streets of Rage 2 anytime you want.
Oh, yeah.
And when we do a playthrough, I'll usually last until the last level. Until the lift, basically. I'll usually die in the lift, and Alan will have to try and clear the game himself on 2-player.
Okay. Well, let's hope we have better look at the end of this, because I usually can't finish it. It won't be much of a playthrough if we don't finish. But for now, we will leave it there.
How would we end the last video if we both died? It's like, well, you can imagine the rest. It's similar to what we did before.
It's similar to what we did before. Imagine the beaten up bit, and then the ending for Street Rage 2. Kind of mix those together, and you got the ending Street Rage 1. But no, what we'll do is we'll leave it as a cliffhanger. ... Can we finish it? That's what this video is all about. Can we get to the end? Because I don't know. But anyway,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow, because we'll probably put these up daily.
It would be a bit bad to leave it for a week as a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up daily. if I don't get lazy. Maybe the last part, I'll leave that one. But anyway, we'll leave it there because we've spent about 2 minutes on the pause screen. Thanks as always for watching, and join us for part 2 tomorrow.